and catch out front. Near side it comes to Davis. Davis back out on top now to the board. Over on the right side, Conway for the triple. Good. He's got his second of the night and 9 points, 37-20. Ashland by 17. Their biggest lead has been 22. Went to sleep in that latter portion of the second half or second quarter, and they stunk it up. I'll give you that. It was 34-14. Down low, Staten with a wide open gimme, and he blew it. Rebound by Adkins. Here come the Cats with the numbers 4-on-2. Adkins inside out to Carter. Over to DeBoard, and the Tomcat turnover. That's their 8th of the night. Down floor, Jackson puts it up and gets fouled by Carter from behind. Carter second. First half, St. Joe had 12 turnovers, and Ashland had 7. Jackson will be at the line for St. Joe to shoot 2. He's got 6 points, first trip to the foul line. Corbin losing to Boyle County for a state championship. Playing at Commonwealth Stadium, 7-0. The Rebels leading the Red Hounds. It's up and no good by Jackson. We're back into action tomorrow night here on B97 with Ashland at Great Crossing down in Georgetown. Very, very good team. Up and in by Jackson. 37-21. Cats can get 2 for 1 or better. Here's DeBoard to Conway. Had a 3, doesn't take it. Inside to Carter for his triple. Good. There we got him going. Couldn't buy one in the first half and nailed that one. Cats get 3 for 1 and go up 40-21. 6:50 to go, a minute into the third quarter. Here's Jackson against the Tomcat 2-3 zone. Back and forth, passing with Brown. Pitch and catch, back to Jackson. Jackson will stand and hold it. He'll go inside now to Coleman. Coleman in the lane, throws one up, blocked by Carter. Rebounded though by Jackson. Jackson down deep in the far corner, looking back out on top to Brown. Brown out between the rings. Comes on the dribble of the near side, looking things over against Ashland's 2-3. Over to Jackson, who's open for a 3. Missed it. Rebounded by Atkins, but he pushed him. Asher picks up his first foul. 6:19 left to go in the half. It's 40-21. Ashland leads it by 19. St. Joe basketball in their own end zone far side. Brown will trigger the inbounds for the Flyers of Jacob Wells. Looking, and finally gets it into Jackson. Jumper at 10 short. Rebound chased down by Davis. Davis to DeBoard. Here come the Cats up by 19. DeBoard penetrates. Now comes back out. St. Joe in a man-to-man. DeBoard around the arc to the right. He'll go back down into the lane. His scoop shot good, and he got fouled. Nice move by Race DeBoard. And the personal is going to be on whom, Mr. Official? 13 is the foul, and that'll be on Balestra, his 3rd. And DeBoard will go to the foul line to shoot 1. Has 6 tonight. First trip to the line, gets 3 the hard way. 43-21. Ashland equals their biggest lead now at 22, so got things back to normal. And maybe increase that lead. Against a 2-3, here comes Brown of St. Joe. Purple-clad Flyers, far side to Jackson. Jackson in the corner for Brown's triple. Air ball, rebounded by Adkins. He gets hammered, no call. Up to DeBoard, 3-on-1. DeBoard to Davis, the trailer, puts it up and gets fouled, going to the bucket. I don't know if he'll shoot 2 or not. Might. Foul's going to be on Jackson. Eric Kai Jackson, his 2nd. And they're going to give Adkins 2, where he is 5 of 6 from the foul line tonight. All 5 of his points. I beg your pardon. That's Tristan Davis. My fault. Well. Davis is 2 of 2 from the foul line. First one's good, as is the next one. And it is 45-21. The Tomcats by 24, their biggest lead. Here comes St. Joe. Brown with it out front, trying to feed down low. Good snap out of there, and good turnover. Nice pick by Carter. He'll go inline to inline, miss the shot, and get pushed from behind. And that one's going to be on Brown, his 2nd. Xander Carter will go to the line for the Cats, and he will shoot 2. He is 4 of 6 from there tonight. Carter, the sophomore, pushes it up and in. Nate Freeze checks back in for the Tomcats, and Asher Adkins will sit. One more for Carter. Make it 47-21. Ashland with their biggest lead now, 26. 35 is a mercy ruling. Coleman out front with Brown against the Tomcat 2-3. Back and forth, back and forth. Brown picks up his dribble in the left wing, looking. Back out now to Coleman. Coleman with the basketball will give it down low, and a nice driving bucket by Staten. 47-33. Ahead it comes Conway. Conway inside out to Carter, bobbles it and picks it up near center line. Back in the corner to Conway. And what they said he walked. Okay. 10 Tomcat turnovers tonight. 4:40 left to go here in the third. Ashland leads it 47-33. Coleman will bring it across the midcourt stripe. Ashland again sinks back in their 2-3 zone. Coleman looks things over. Far side to Brown. Back to Coleman straight away. Back to Brown. Brown back to Coleman. Coleman looks things over. Somebody cutting to the bucket. Nope. Back to the near side. It comes to Jackson. Skip a pass. Get it to Brown. Down low to Staten on the block. Backs his way in. Goes inside out to Brown. He'll go up with a shot. Freeze partially blocked it. Rebounded by Carter, and a foul on Balestra, his fourth. 4:12 to go in the third. Ashland leads at 47-33. 47-23 with 4:12 to go. Carter will inbounds at the board, and St. Joe will fall back in a little 2-3 zone of their own. And now they're going to go man. Here's DeBoard. High pick and roll. He'll take it to the bucket, push it up. No, but he'll get to the line to shoot two. Good job by Race to draw the foul. And that foul is going to be on Staten, his third. And DeBoard, who has 7 points tonight, will get 2 free throws here. With Ashland leading, DeBoard, that one falls off. We'll get one more. Brady Medinger, a 5'9 junior, checks in for St. Joe, and out will go Balestra. One more for the senior DeBoard. It's good. 48-30 or 48-23. Ashland leads it by 25. 3:50 to go here in the third. Here comes Coleman, left side to Medinger. Coleman against the Tomcat 2-3. Penetrates, gives to Jackson. He'll jump it up for a 3-ball, no. Rebounded by Xander Carter. He got a bundle of those tonight. Ahead to Freeze and a bad pass, and St. Joe's got the steal. 11 Ashland turnovers. Coleman all the way to the bucket, and Carter stripped him, but he was standing on the end line. Corbin is tied up Boyle County, 7-7, with just over a minute to go in the third, or in the first quarter, I should say, in the 4A state championship. Timeout Irons at St. Joe. With 3.5 to go here in the third, Ashland leads at 48-23. Tomcat basketball brought to you in part by King's Daughters Medical Center. Excellent care for your family. The right place at the right time. Members Choice Credit Union, committed to our community. Premier Physical and Occupational Therapy, we get results. And Sloan Realtor at Paramount Properties. Ashland Credit Union, earn money for the Ashland schools with the ACU Tomcat Visa credit card. Ashland Credit Union goes big for the Tomcats. And by Dr. Matthew Lewis and Lewis Family Care for all your family's medical needs. We're here for you. Ashland leads at 48-23. Led at 14 by half. For the Cats, it's Davis, Conway, Freeze, DeBoard, and Carter. Coleman will put it in play underneath his bucket on the far side. Ashland man-to-man now. Coleman lobs it way out front to Medinger. Whoop, didn't go over and back, but close. Now to Brown. Top of the wing, makes his move, backs his way in on the dribble, and backs it back out, picks it up. Cutting to the bucket, Jackson. He'll fall away with an 8-footer good. He's got 9, 48-25. Carter for 3 more, throws up an air ball. Rebounded by Staten of Ironton St. Joe. Staten in a hurry. He'll go inline to inline, throw it to Brown. Ball tipped around by Carter. Brown retrieves it. His 5-footer is no good. Rebounded though by Staten, and now Carter strips him. Here come the Tomcats with it. Carter in a hurry to DeBoard, goes to the bucket and lays it in. Nice assist there. 50-25. The Cats have doubled them up with 2:45 to go here in the third. Brown goes down low to Staten. He got behind the defenders and laid it in. 50-27. DeBoard ahead to Conway. Inside out to Freeze to Davis. He'll try the triple, and he'll miss it. And it's rebounded by Coleman of Ironton St. Joe. 2:25 to go. Ashland leads by 23. Coleman has it deflected. Menninger gets it back, throws one up. A prayer not answered. Freeze with a rebound. Freeze to race DeBoard. DeBoard down the far sideline, crosses into forecourt. Sets the offense with Ironton St. Joe man-to-man. The high pick and roll. DeBoard will take it down into the paint. Inside out to Freeze with a roll, and he'll put it in. The pick and the roll. 52-27. Ashland by 25 again. Inside 2 minutes to go in the third. Here is Jackson. Lob to the near side to Coleman. Ashland in there 2-3. High post to Brown. Brown looking. Knocked away. Deflected by DeBoard, but retrieved by Jackson. Back out to Menninger. Menninger against the zone. High post to Brown. Down into the paint. Inside out to Menninger. He'll try a triple from straight away and miss it. Nate Freeze with a rebound. Freeze, the outlet to Carter. Carter with the basketball. Ahead to Davis. Davis inside out Conway to Freeze. Powers it up. Missed a gimme. Got his rebound and then loses it out of bounds. Belongs to St. Joe. And we have a timeout on the other end as Ironton St. Joe's Staten goes down. Minute 26 to go here in the third. Ashland leads at 52-27. And Hunter Staten, the 6'4 senior, is down on the other end. Maybe he got a cramp. Yep, that's what it is. He's got a cramp in that left leg, that left calf. Training staff from Ashland goes out to hopefully rub it up and get him loose, but he'll have to be replaced. With a minute 26 to go here in the third. Davis, DeBoard, Conway, Carter, and Asher Adkins for the Cats as Freeze is going to take a break. Still working on Staten with that left calf. Well, that thing is in a knot, I'll tell you that. It looks ugly. That thing is ugly. As Ashland staff works him over, and he'll get him up, and he'll walk it off. All right, we're ready for play to resume. St. Joe basketball as we get ready to go. Inbounds to Coleman. He'll run the point for the Flyers. He'll bring it across the 10-second stripe. Coleman picks up the dribble. Near side to Rowe, who's checked back in, replacing Staten. Now to Coleman. Coleman penetrates that zone. Nothing going. Backs it out to Jackson. Far wing. Jackson near the hash mark. He'll come back to the near side of Menninger. Menninger, high post to Rowe. Inside out to Coleman. Coleman will penetrate, throw up a prayer off the glass. No, rebounded by Carter. I bet he's got 10 O's tonight. Up to DeBoard. DeBoard, the trailer down the lane. Davis got it. Nice assist there from DeBoard. 54-27. Cats have their biggest lead now at 27. Here comes Rowe. 40 seconds to go in the third. Three by Jackson from downtown, way off the mark. Tristan Davis with a rebound to Conway. Conway in the corner, out to Carter, to Davis, swing it to Adkins. DeBoard will drive the left baseline, double it up, get fouled, miss the shot, but he'll shoot two. And that foul is going to be on whom? That's going to be on Coleman, his second. That'll put Race DeBoard at the foul line to shoot two. He's 2 of 3 from the foul line tonight with 10 points in his Tomcat debut. He's up and in. 55-27. DeBoard could give Ashland their biggest lead with a freebie here. With 25 seconds to go, and it won't go. Rebounded, though, by Coleman of St. Joe. Ahead to Jackson. Jackson in the wing. Dribbling, splits the defenders on the dribble and gives to Coleman. 14 seconds, 13 seconds. Coleman back out to Jackson at 11. Ashland in there 2-3. Down low it goes to Lowe. To Rowe, to Coleman. Coleman, the manager, down the lane at 2 seconds. 1. Jackson will throw up a prayer at the horn, and it is bouncing out, no good. At the end of 3, it's Ashland 55, Ironton St. Joe 27, here on B97.
I wanted to know why some people who get COVID-19 get it so bad. I found out it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, smoking, and asthma. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, there are things you can do, like asking your healthcare provider if an authorized oral treatment is right for you. Learn about an option at treatcovid19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
32 nations, 64 matches, and one destination, X1. Tune in to the FIFA World Cup on Fox and FS1 with X1, so you don't miss a goal, save, or epic moment from this year's tournament. We've got live matches, highlights, and recaps. Plus, when your team scores, celebrate by turning up iHeartRadio's Jock Jams music playlist and hear all your favorite stadium anthems. Xfinity is everyone's World Cup destination. Say World Cup into your Xfinity voice remote.
Your home of the Ashland Tomcats, B97.
Tomcats leaded by 28, outscoring Ironton St. Joe 21-7 in that third stanza, 55-27. Start to final 8. It'll be St. Joe basketball. For the Cats, it's Adkins and DeBoard, Davis, Conway, and Carter. It's Coleman and Stevens and Jackson, Rowe and Balistra for Ironton St. Joe. Tomcats still in that 2-3. Near side it comes to Rowe. Rowe down into the wing against the zone. DeBoard just picked his pocket. Nicely done. Here comes the Tomcats the other way. DeBoard to the baseline, driving in, penetrates, puts it up. Great move, put it in. 57-27. Cats with their biggest lead now at 30. Here's Jackson near side to Coleman. Against the zone, picks up his dribble. He needs some help, finds it in Jackson. Jackson will penetrate, gets cut off, backs it out on top of the A. Gives it now to Stevens. Stevens to Jackson inside the arc. Now he'll back it out, get double teamed, throw up a prayer. It's way short. Rebound Davis. Here come the Cats ahead to DeBoard. DeBoard to the trailer Conway, and it's deflected away by Rowe and out of bounds. Cam Davis will check in for the Cats, and Race DeBoard will get a breather with Ashland leading by 30. Cam, the freshman. What a football season that young man had. Wow. We've got 3 more great years out of him. Inbounds Carter to Tristan Davis. Carter for 3 more. Missed another one. Rebounded by Asher Atkins. Right back up and fouled. 2 shots to Asher. Foul is going to be on Jackson, his third. Asher Atkins from the foul line tonight is 5 of 6. He's got 2 coming here. His only points coming at the foul line, with Ashland leading by 30. 5 more points. We get a running clock as Atkins hits a free throw. 58-27. Ashland's biggest lead now at 31. 1 more for Asher. Couple of dribbles. The junior bends and pushes it up and in. 59-27. Ashland by 32 as we near the 35-point mercy. Brown with it inside 7 minutes to play in this basketball game. Here's Carter. Carter to Brown. Back over to Jackson. Jackson wants 2, decides not to. 6:45 to go. Ashland in their 2-3 zone. Near side to Brown. Brown looks in. He'll bounce it in now to Balistra. He'll go down low and put the shot up. Stevens, no good. Rebound by Tristan Davis. Davis ahead to Cam Davis. Big brother, little brother. Carter for 3. Yes, sir. We got a running clock at 62-27. It comes at 6:25 of the ball game. We got a runner now. Here's Brown with it. The mercy is in effect. Picks up his dribble, goes backdoor nicely, and put up and in by Aiden DeBoard of Ironton St. Joe. 62-29. Cam Davis runs a point out front to big brother Tristan. Near side now to Asher Atkins. He'll dribble it. St. Joe man-to-man. Then work the weave out front. Carter for 3 more. Yeah. Well, he missed them all in the first half, and he's hit 3 here in the second. Ashland leads it 65-29. That's their biggest lead now at 36. Here comes Brown for Ironton St. Joe with 5.5 to play. To Jackson. Jackson around the arc to the near side. Looking, gives it to Brown. Brown jump pass over 3. No good try by DeBoard of St. Joe. Rebound by Stevens of St. Joe. Feeds it nicely to Ballistra, who gets an easy one. They just out-hustled Ashland. 65-31. Cam Davis ahead to Asher Atkins. Deflected away out of bounds. Tyson Lalone will check in, and Caleb Clark will check in for the Cats. Out go Carter and Conway. Lalone is a sophomore, and Caleb is a freshman. We still got a couple of players down there, I think, haven't played tonight, maybe. I don't know, maybe. Inbounds will come to Caleb Clark. He had a big JV game. Lalone with it out front. Ashland up by 34. Lalone, the sophomore, makes his move, penetrates, comes near side to Cam Davis. He dribbles, gets cut off, and throws it away. Another Tomcat turnover. That's 12 of them tonight, and a foul in backcourt. White foul is on Lalone, his first. 65-31, Ashland by 24 with 4:20 to go in the moving clock. Coleman will bring it across the timeline. Ashland still in their 2-3 zone. Left side of DeBoard to Brown. Brown dribbles through the lane, back out to Coleman straight away. He'll come back to the near side on the dribble. Give it to Brown. Brown top of the right flank, cross court. Now to Stevens, down the lane. He'll put it up and in. Nice move. Make it 65-33. Lalone for three. Too hard. Rebounded by Stevens of Ironton St. Joe. And now to Coleman with 3:40 to go. Coleman attacks the 2-3 zone, backs it out, kills his dribble, and goes over to Brown. Brown in the wing. He'll look things over for the back door, just not there. Now to Coleman. Coleman down to the baseline to Stevens. Back out for a three. No good by DeBoard, but a foul. And that's going to be on Lalone, his second. And that will give Ironton St. Joe 3 freebies. With 3:20 to go in the game, it'll be DeBoard to shoot 3 for Ironton St. Joe. He has 6 points tonight. His first trip to the foul line. For Aiden DeBoard, the 5'11 sophomore rattles the first one home. He's got 2 more. 65-34. Why is the clock stopped? Two more for DeBoard. Misses that one. Connor Messer will check in for the Tomcats. Messer, a 6'5 sophomore. And Sam Lyons will check in. Asher Adkins will go out, as will Tristan Davis. I think everybody's played now, but maybe Braxton. I think Braxton's, yep, he's down there. There he is. One more for DeBoard. It's up, and it's no good. Rebounded by Messer. Messer to Cam Davis. Ashland by 31. Driving the baseline, Clark. Nice move. Put it off the glass and in. Nice move by Caleb Clark. 67-34 with 3:05 to go. Here comes Coleman. Ashland still in their 2-3 zone. Over to Brown on the far side. Back to Coleman. Coleman will come on the dribble to the near side. Give it to DeBoard. DeBoard will go to Ballistra. Now to Coleman. Coleman will penetrate, back it back out, go down in the lane to Stevens. Over Messer's short. Rebounded by Lalone. Lalone in a hurry. He'll go near side to the Lions, and a bad pass and taken away. 12 Tomcat turnovers. Ahead it comes now to DeBoard for St. Joe. He'll penetrate into the paint, follow away shot, air ball. Rebound Lalone, 3-on-2 the other way. Lalone to Clark, lays it up, got it and got fouled. Oh, they called a walk. Ugh, bad call. 13 Ashland turnovers tonight. 67-34, 2:10 to go, and the clock's still rolling. Coleman with it out front. Around the arc to the near side, looking. He's going to give it to Brown. Brown will go down low to Stevens. Stevens double team to Brown for a 3, off the mark. Lalone with a rebound foul. Maybe on Ashland, and he might have been on the back of Ballistra. We'll see what the official has to say. Yep, going to be on Lalone. That's his third. He hasn't played much tonight, but he's picked up 3 fouls. Stops the clock with 1:39 to go. Braxton Jennings will check in for the Cats, and Cam Davis will go out. So everybody's played tonight. They're bringing in to Coleman, and Coleman has it knocked away, and a steal by Sam Lyons. Here come the Cats. Jennings in a hurry. Stops, goes up for a 3, air ball. Rebound Messer, no good. Rebounded by DeBoard. DeBoard gets up 4 now to Ballister, and a timeout for Ironton St. Joe as the coach Jacob Wells calls a quick 30 to get the rest of his subs in. Stops the clock with 1:14 to go. Ashland leading it 67-34. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Tomcats on the road. We'll head to Georgetown to take on the Warhawks of Great Crossing High School, the favorite in the 11th region this year. Along with Lexington, Henry Clay, and Madison Central. Got a nice club. Horn sounds, let's play ball. 67-34 Ashland. And Ryan Bonner, well on his way for his win number 1, and we hope of many. Jennings, Lyons, Messer, Lalone, and Clark for the Cats. St. Joe basketball. Stevens will inbounds it to Rowe. Also in there for St. Joe is number 45, Carter Johnson, a 6'3 freshman. And Medinger and Ballistra. Rowe with it out front. Ballistra down low to Stevens. Stevens turns in the lane, puts it up, won't go, but he got fouled with a minute to go. And that foul is going to be on Sam Lyons, his first. 2 shots coming here to Stevens, who has not scored tonight in his first trip to the foul line. Ashland by 33. Stevens up, and it's good. 67-35. Ashland by 32. One more. Pushes it up and in. 67-36. Here comes Jennings for the Cats in the corner. A 3 launched by Lalone, way too hard. Rebounded by Rowe of St. Joe with 40 seconds to go in a hurry. Feeds it in the corner. Ballistra, he'll try a 3, and he'll be short. Rebounded by their big guy Johnson, who spins, turns, misses. Rebounded by Sam Lyons. Lyons coming out of there with it with 27 seconds. Ahead to Clark. Back out to Lyons. Lyons will stand and dribble with 22 seconds over to Braxton Jennings. 18 seconds. Ashland leading 67-36. Clark and Jennings will play pitch and catch out front. Messer will join in the front. And it'll be Jennings who will just stand and hold it, and that will do it. Tomcats will win it. Their home opener, the Tomcats win it 67-36. The first-year coach, Ryan Bonner, wins his debut as they beat the Flyers from Ironton St. Joe 67-36. St. Joe loses their opener as they fall to 0-1. The final score again, Ashland 67, Ironton St. Joe 36, here on B97.
I wanted to know why some people who get COVID-19 get it so bad. I found out it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, smoking, and asthma. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, there are things you can do, like asking your healthcare provider if an authorized oral treatment is right for you. Learn about an option at treatcovid19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
32 nations, 64 matches, and 1 destination. X1. Tune in to the FIFA World Cup on Fox and FS1 with X1, so you don't miss a goal, save, or epic moment from this year's tournament. We've got live matches, highlights, and recaps. Plus, when your team scores, celebrate by turning up iHeartRadio's Jock Jams music playlist and hear all your favorite stadium anthems. Xfinity is everyone's World Cup destination. Say World Cup into your Xfinity voice remote.
Family. It looks a little different for everyone. For some, it's mom and dad. For others, roommates who feel like family. And for others, it's your significant other, their golfing buddies, your children, a high school soccer team starting lineup, and oh look, they're all taking you up on the offer to stay for dinner, really testing the limits of that phrase, the more the merrier. But no matter where you call home, Geico makes it easy to bundle and save on home and car insurance. Easier than making 3 frozen pizzas and assorted frozen veggies into a cohesive meal.
The free iHeartRadio app is #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one. Discover a new podcast from our library of over 350,000 titles. Here's an iHeartRadio podcast preview.
All right, well, the first thing I know is that you need to obsess over customers. That's Jeff Bezos, the founder and CEO of Amazon, and the richest person on earth. And I'm Jason Del Rey. As a reporter who's covered Amazon for the last 6 years, I've noticed that when I talk to Amazon employees, they all start to sound a lot like Bezos. There's this obsession with obsession.
It's obsessive, compulsive focus on the customer.
And delight.
Customer delight.
Delight the customer.
It's Amazon speak. It's their way of saying their number one mission is to make customers' lives better. But is that intense focus always a good thing? Or does it come at a cost? This is Land of the Giants, a podcast about the biggest tech companies of our time, how they got their power, what they're doing with it, and how they're changing our lives in the process. Our first season is called The Rise of Amazon. We find out from Amazon executives exactly how much they know about us.
So what we find is that customers who watch a movie that they love, they buy more Tide. They just do.
We talk to CEOs with strong feelings about the way Amazon does business.
It's rope-a-dope. They're playing with you until the time they come in with the knockout punch. And if I were them, oh my God, are they a retailer? They're a data management company.
We learn about Amazon's impact on small communities when they move in and when they leave.
When they told me they were closing, all I could think of was, oh my God, driving home, I'm thinking, so what am I going to do in January when they close?
And we ask the question of our time. Is Amazon too powerful, too big?
And we just don't want to be the United States of Amazon. We just really don't.
Land of the Giants, The Rise of Amazon.
Listen and follow this podcast for free on the iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts all in one.
And now the Tomcats post-game show on your home for Ashland sports, B97.
Tomcats win it here tonight, 67-37 over Ironton St. Joe. Tomcats raced out to an early 16-0 lead. Kind of went to sleep in the latter portion of the second quarter and saw their big lead of 22 go down to 14 at half at 34-20 as St. Joe outscored Ashland 16-13 that second stanza, but the Cats came out in the second half, outscoring the Flyers 21-7 in the third to lead 55-27. And they outscore them 12-9 with a running clock in the fourth quarter to win it 67-37. As the Tomcats win it handily to go to 1-0. Much tougher tomorrow night. The Tomcats will be facing the 11th region favorite in the Warhawks of Great Crossing. For Ironton St. Joe, Aiden DeBoard had 7, Jake Stevens with 2, Eric Kai Jackson with 9, Balistra had 4, Hunter Staten with 8, and 6 for Kai Coleman. For the Tomcats, led tonight by Xander Carter with 21 points. Couldn't buy a 3 in the first half, but hit 3 in the second. Tucker Conway had 9, Race DeBoard with 13, Tristan Davis with 13, Clark with 2, Freeze with 2, Adkins had 7, and that was his stand of the scoring. So 3 players in double figures led by Carter with 21, DeBoard and Davis each had 13, Conway right on the verge, who had 9 tonight for the Cats, who win it 67-37. Bye, dear. Bye, Marilee. And we will have Coach Ryan Bonner will join us here shortly and have our Tomcat player of the game in just a few minutes here on B97.
I wanted to know why some people who get COVID-19 get it so bad. I found out it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, smoking, and asthma. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, there are things you can do, like asking your healthcare provider if an authorized oral treatment is right for you. Learn about an option at treatcovid19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
32 nations, 64 matches, and one destination. X1. Tune in to the FIFA World Cup on Fox and FS1 with X1 so you don't miss a goal, save, or epic moment from this year's tournament. We've got live matches, highlights, and recaps. Plus, when your team scores, celebrate by turning up iHeartRadio's Jock Jams music playlist and hear all your favorite stadium anthems. Xfinity is everyone's World Cup destination. Say World Cup into your Xfinity voice remote.
A Christmas wish come true.
You remember what you wished for?
I just wish for my kids to have a Christmas.
Of course we're going to grant your Christmas wish.
Thank you so much. You guys are great. You guys are great.
What's your Christmas wish?
I'm literally shopping right now, and I'm like, how are we going to afford this?
We are going to grant your Christmas wish.
You don't even know how much that helps.
We're teaming up with NetSpend to grant Christmas wishes all across America.
We really appreciate it. A lot of other people will too.
Let us grant your Christmas wish now at B97FM.com. Keyword wish.
We're going to grant your Christmas wish.
Thank you so much.
NetSpend's all-access mobile accounts help you manage your money and build a better financial future. NetSpend's mission is to empower people to achieve their financial dreams by delivering innovative financial services and a wealth of kindness. Learn more at netspend.com.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
We may be thousands of miles apart, but we can still connect. And when we do, we make things better. At Child Fund, we connect children all around the world with what they need to grow up healthy, educated, and safe. Together, we co-create connections that help millions of children who live in poverty worldwide, and their families, and their communities, and you. Join us. Together, we can make the world a better place. 2 small worlds at a time. Visit childfund.org to learn more.
For more than 75 years, the VA Home Loan Benefit has helped millions of eligible veterans and service members achieve their piece of the American dream, a home for their families. Did you know that you could purchase a home or refinance your current home loan with your VA Home Loan Benefit? VA home loans have lower closing costs and generally enjoy lower interest rates than other borrowers. The VA Home Loan may save you thousands of dollars on your mortgage. For more information, visit www.va.gov or talk to a lender of your choice. Choose VA.
You deserve the peace of mind that comes with affordable health insurance. Get Covered Ohio can help at no charge. Financial assistance is available and coverage is more affordable than ever. Some health insurance plans are as low as $10 or less a month. Don't wait. Open enrollment ends January 15th. Make your free appointment today by calling 833-628-4467 or visit getcoveredohio.org. This message is supported by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, but does not necessarily represent the official views of the U.S. government. Sponsored by the Ohio Association of Food Banks, aired by the OAB and this station.
My name is Corporal Bradley Joseph Seitz.
Jerry Reed.
Kate Weber.
These are real veterans facing a real challenge.
I have PTSD.
And I have PTSD.
I have PTSD.
Post-traumatic stress disorder can happen to anyone.
I was still in a war zone in my mind.
But treatment can turn your life around.
Treatment has really saved my life.
To learn about PTSD and how treatment can help you, call your local VA medical center or visit ptsd.va.gov.
What is dedication?
Your home for the Ashland Tomcats, B97.
Adopted. I love them both so much. From the morning when you wake up to putting them to bed at night and every moment in between. I think a parent's job is to protect our children, but also prepare them for the world so they become good, kind human beings. That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I Got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Your home of the Ashland Tomcats, B97.
Cats win it 67-37 over Ironton St. Joe, and a debut win for Coach Ryan Bonner. Congratulations, Coach. Good win.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
First of many.
Yeah. I thought that our focus coming out the gate initially that first quarter was encouraging.
Beautiful.
I thought we came out and really set the tone on both ends of the floor, really, but they did a good job early in the game of getting out in front by using their defense to create offense. So that was good. Something we have to continue to work on now.
But I thought you started great the first half, but I thought you ended poorly in the second quarter. You had a 22-point lead, and it was down to 14 at half.
Yeah, and, that was something we talked about at the end of the game. Shots stopped falling in that second quarter. And, our message to the guys was, look, when shots aren't falling, there's still other ways to create offense, and you do that with your defense. Mm-hmm. Okay, and there's going to be times this year, and especially the type of team we are and our DNA, that shots aren't going to fall. So you're going to have to generate your offense by getting stops, getting deflections, getting steals, getting rebounds, and getting out and running and playing with tempo and creating pace and getting higher percentage looks with your defense. So it's good that happened to us early, because that's a learning point moving forward.
Exactly. So. You forced them into 12 first-half turnovers, and they had 10 in the second. But I thought our turnovers were a little high tonight. I had you down for 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, and it seemed like a lot of those were in transition. And we got to do a better job of guys that are out in front of race really stretching the floor and getting to the corners in transition to make that pass ahead a little bit easier, because that's going to create better spacing. And then I think it's just a continuity and a feel thing. I think as these guys continue to play together, we get these football guys in, I think our chemistry is going to continue to develop, and I think that'll clean itself up. But it was a little sloppy at times.
21 from Carter tonight, 13 apiece from DeBoard and Davis, and Conway right on the edge of double figures, who had 9. So those 4 guys are the 4 guys that, quite honestly, you got to build around. That's your nucleus, and they did a good job tonight.
They did, and Ray sets the tone. He's the guy for us, and I use the term tempo so much, because our offense is predicated around that, around race, getting it, and winning what we call the race to the rim and scoring within the first 7 seconds of the possession. But Xander is doing a good job. You go back to the Betsy Lane scrimmage a week ago. Shots weren't really falling for him that game, but he still finished with 21 and 9. Xander's a type of player that if his shots aren't falling from the perimeter, he's still going to find a way to score the basketball and help us offensively. And that's great, because, when you're a 3-level scorer, you don't have to just settle for jump shots.
Right.
So that was good to see. Xander's so strong and so aggressive at getting to the rim. And
I don't know how many rebounds, but I said he was close to a double-double.
Oh, yeah, easy.
So.
And with his length, he's going to be able to continue to do that. He'll help us on the glass tremendously. And Tucker Conway's another guy that I've talked about a lot. He's a guy that gets in there and sticks his nose in there and will get offensive rebounds and extend possessions for you, which in turn leads to open shots. So lots of good things and lots of things to learn from tonight.
What's the biggest, or 2 or 3 of the biggest things that you didn't like tonight?
I didn't like our half-court man-to-man defense at times. I thought we gave up too many straight-line drives. We got to clean that up. We'll break that down, and that's something that we'll continue to work on in practice. I thought in our zone defense at times we got punctured in the middle a little too much. That's something that we need to clean up. But as far as positives, I thought
far outweigh the negatives.
Yes, very much. But the coach in me, for some reason, is it's focusing on all the things we got to work on. But
that's what you're supposed to do.
Our zone defense is getting better every day. I think we held them to maybe 7 points in the third quarter.
Third quarter, yeah.
Yeah, and we were zoned that entire time.
Exactly.
It's hard to score against, and those guys do a really good job of moving while the ball is in the air and getting on guys when they catch the ball. So they really make the offense take a tough contested two. And we'll take that every time. If they make the shot, they make the shot. But as long as we're forcing tough contested twos, we'll live with that.
You betcha. Well, the road gets a lot tougher tomorrow. We go to Great Crossing, who's the favorite in the 11th region. They were 25-6 a year ago, made it to the semifinals, the 11th region, before they lost to Henry Clay, who won the region, who we'll see in the AIT. Big, good basketball team.
Yes, a lot of length across the board, a lot of athleticism. They do a really good job of pressuring in the half court specifically. And when you watch them on film, because of their length, the way they pressure, it doesn't open up the floor at all. They make it really hard for you to get ball reversals. And they've got a great a sophomore big in Malachi Moreno, whose brother is, I believe, playing at EKU right now. He's only a sophomore, about 6'9". He's long, rebounds the ball well. They've got great point guard play. They've got some guys that can shoot. So it'll be a great challenge for us. But it's also a winnable basketball game. Very much. We'll come in at 2:30 tomorrow, and we'll have film ready for the guys and game prep, and we'll be locked in and ready for a good challenge.
Big sigh of relief. Got number one under your belt. I'm sure. I know you feel better.
I do, but more so, I'm just happy for our guys. Everything, the adversity that they've gone through from summer to now. For them to get this win tonight, I feel good for them. But I know that the adversity that we've gone through is only going to make us stronger moving forward. But it definitely feels good to get a win tonight.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Just the first of many, as we said in the pregame.
That's right.
Many. How about that?
Yeah, thank you, Dickie.
Okay, Ryan Bonner, head coach of the Tomcats, as the Cats win at 67-37. Move to 1-0. We're at Great Crossing High School in Georgetown tomorrow night. Tip-off at 7:30 between the Cats and Great Crossing. They stand at 1-1 on the season. I'm going to get Tucker Conway in here for a little brief Tomcat player of the game. Hi, young man.
How you doing?
I'm fine there, Tucker. How are you, baby?
Doing good.
All right. Good to get that first one out of the way and get the W.
Yes, sir. I mean, it's always good to open up your season in front of your fans and show up with the dub.
Well, give me your observation. How did we play tonight?
We started off pretty strong, and then I feel like it felt a little sluggish. I mean,
when you finished the first half, we had 22-point lead, and all of a sudden it's 14.
Yeah, I felt like we ended the first half very sluggish, and our rhythm was kind of thrown off, and it was the first game. You're going to have that, and you'd rather have it earlier than later on. So I think that once we learn and move on from this game, and we'll learn from it and grow from it. So
you didn't take a lot of shots tonight. I mean, is it one of those things that you got to feel it, or you felt like, Race is hotter or Tristan's hotter or whatever?
I just felt we had to keep moving the ball find the right shot.
One more pass, as they say, right?
Yeah, one more, and make sure it's our shot and not just like my shot. Our shot every shot is like that, and I felt just keep moving the ball, keep getting in the rhythm, and get my teammates involved.
Well, you still had 2 threes. It's not like the 10 you had that one night. Boy, that was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You're not going to do that every night.
But
all right. I thought y'all played well. You played a lot of 2-3 defense as opposed to, tonight's 2-3. We probably haven't played that much 2-3 zone in 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, we haven't. And we worked on it a little bit in the summer. And it's going to be one of those defenses where you just got to learn from it and move on with it and keep growing with it. And I thought we've done really good in 2 so far, 2-3, and our man was good to start the game. We got a little in foul trouble in the second quarter, and then that's when we had to go to 2-3, and it kind of threw us off a little bit. But we had to grow from it and learn. I mean, it's first game. We
Sure.
all just gotta go with it.
Another tough one tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
Well, get home, get some rest, get your belly full, and get back at it tomorrow night. Good job tonight, my
Yes, sir.
friend.
Thank you.
All right, Tucker Conway, our Tomcat player of the game. Cats win at 67-37. Scott Hessen, thanks for bearing with us and taking care of us back at the studio. For our Tomcat player of the game, Tucker Conway, and Tomcat head coach Ryan Bonner. This is Dickie Martin. The final score again, Ashland 67, Ironton St. Joe 37. We'll see you tomorrow night from Georgetown here on B97.
This has been Ashland Tomcats basketball on B97.